So I have these Beats Studio, and I've been having them for probably about a year and a half, maybe two, somewhere around there. Lately, I noticed that the rubber pad is starting to deteriorate. So I was thinking to myself, don't tell me I have to buy some brand new headphones, because the Beats headphones are not cheap. Luckily, I researched and I realized it's easy to just swap the pad out and make the headphone pads look like they're brand new again. So I went online and I found some replacement pads. So if your pads are breaking up like mine is, stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to change these pads out right after this. Okay, so before we get started on changing out these pads, let me tell you the kind of pads that I got, and I'm going to leave a link in the description on where you can pick up these pads. And they come in various colors, so you can get the color to match your original headphones, or you can swap things around if you would like to do that. So in the package, it comes with a pair of pads, one for the left and right ear, because don't make sense change one without the other. Now the pads come with the tape on it already, so you don't have to worry about applying it to the pad. All you have to do is just peel the strip off. But also in the kit you get an extra set of two-sided tape, I guess in case you mess up the original one. And also some wipes to clean off the area when you get those old pads off. You might want to get all that other glue and stuff that's built up on the original pad, and this is going to help you take it off. And the final item that came in the kit is the prying tool. Now this prying tool is going to be used to pry the old headphone pad off so you can make room to install the new ones. So step one is going to be to get the old pads off. So what you want to do is take the prying tool that came in the kit and start working its way between the pad and that little black rim that you see right here. Now this ring on yours might be silver or a different color, but it doesn't matter. Whatever the color is, you need to get it between the rim and the pad. So you want to put that thing right there and just try to slowly work it in. Now once you're able to get it in there, you will hear like the seal is breaking. So just slowly push a little bit further down and then work it around. So you just want to keep on going around. You will hear that seal like it's breaking. Now don't try to use your hand and force it open. Just break the seal, because that's exactly what you're trying to do. Now once you get the old pad off, just like this, if there's any glue that's remaining on this thing, go ahead and clean it off. And you can do that with your hand or use the prying tool to just scrape off that extra glue. Later on, we're going to use the wipes that came with the kit to clean off that area so we can get a nice seal when we put the new pads on. So now let's do the same thing for the other side of the pad. And of course the procedure is just the same like you did with the first one. Okay, so now that I got both of these old pads off, I can just go ahead and toss them in the trash because they're no good anymore. You know, like I said, they have that wear and tear. Doesn't look professional, so I got to get my professional look back. Okay, so before we start installing new pads, we want to clean that area. Make sure it's nice and clean and smooth, so when we apply the new pads, it's not going to fall off in about a week or so. Okay, so after you get the area all nice and clean, once you do that, a little 30-second air dry and it's ready to start applying the new pads. Now the back of the pads, they have two separate designs, so you really can't put them all wrong unless you just forcefully do it that way. As you can see on this side of the pad, it has a little cutout groove. As you can see on the headphones, this is where you plug the plug, so this is where that part with the groove is going to go. So you can't get it wrong unless you just forcefully put it wrong. And number two, it lines up perfectly with these holes that you see in the pad. So let's start off with the one that has the groove in it. So what I'm going to do is peel off the little strip by grabbing the edge and then just go around and pull it around and pull it off. And now that I got the tape off, it's time to apply it to the headset. Once I hear that click, I'm just going to gently squeeze it on around and around. So don't fear to apply pressure to it, because you're going to need it to get a good seal. Now don't try to break your headphones by putting too much pressure on it, or too much force I should say. You just want to go around and get a nice little seal. So grab onto the edge of the headphones and not the actual arm itself, not here. Put your hands here instead, and then just squeeze as you go around. I would make at least 3 or 4 trips around just to make sure. Okay, so now that the right pad is on, let's move over to the left pad. The guideline to put that left pad on is the stitch. So you want the stitch to be at the bottom. So you want to do the same thing like it did with the first pad. You want to try to get that strip off first. So once I get that first part in, I just flip it over and make sure the other side is actually seated, because that little bump's supposed to be inside the hole. So since I got them both in, I'm just gonna do the same thing like I did with the first pad. Go around in a circle and it's sitting properly. Okay, so now that you got both of the pads on and the second one went on without any hitch, because all you had to do was just line it up inside the groove just like it did the other one. And now that both of them are on, like I say, you apply a little pressure to them to make sure they're sitting right. So now my headphones look like they're brand new again instead of having all like cracking like it was doing on the old pads. You see that? That looked terrible. So now when you look at the old pad versus the new one, of course, I'm looking at both of them right now, and this one looked like it's a little bit thicker than this one. So these pads should give me a little bit more cushion when I have them on my head. Now the last thing, according to the instructions, I need to apply pressure to the pads for a few hours. Now they recommend using books because the book has a flat surface, which is going to keep the pad pressure against the book to make sure you get an even seal. Now I don't have that many books, but I do have these two square styrofoam things that's going to work perfect. So all I have to do is just do it like this, leave them like that for a few hours, maybe overnight, and that's going to give it more pressure on the pad to make sure it seals against the headphones. I'm going to leave links in the description to where you can pick up these pads for your Beats Studio headphones. So check out the link in the description for the pads that's gonna fit your headphones. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video. I wanna thank you for taking the time for watching it. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber and you enjoy these videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I release new videos. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.